I have written a letter to police chiefs across the province asking for their help in enforcing the current measures.
Alberta talking tough after introducing temporary new gathering measures and bar curfews to curb COVID case counts. Police and health inspectors have increased their patrols since the rules came into effect November 13th, but have generally kept their ticket books closed.
I expect we'll get more tickets. I don't know what that number will look like. Just basically, we're looking for, connecting to people through education and getting compliance through that route as opposed to just pure enforcement.
Fining and enforcement is attractive because it is fast. It looks like it might work, but really it has very negative impacts.
A spring report by the Canadian Civil Liberties Association found most early fines were levied in Quebec, followed by Ontario and Nova Scotia. But they say those tickets had little impact on curbing behaviors and that the fines were being assessed disproportionately.
Heard from racialized individuals, Black residents, people that work with Indigenous street-involved populations. Their clients were homeless and getting multiple tickets for thousands of dollars. Support workers were targeted for tickets in Quebec.
Concerns also continue to mount over wildly disparate approaches to cracking down on those health measure violations.
Dr. Bonnie Henry in BC has said she won't be recommending increased enforcement. Manitoba just announced that they're hiring private security guards to go out and complement the police bylaw officers.
And with every jurisdiction facing its own concerns, Deshman thinks that politicians would actually benefit from an outside perspective.
Having those types of discussions nationally, I think, could be very helpful for someone who's not directly, facing the pressure from constituents to step back and say, well, what is the evidence on enforcement?
Ultimately, it remains to be seen just how strict the new enhanced measures will be enforced. But Deshman believes that in the battle of fines versus messaging, that honey will prove more effective than vinegar.
We have lived through this for 8 months. We successfully confronted the first wave of COVID. Many jurisdictions did that without punitively fining their residents. We can do this again.
In Edmonton, Courtney Theriault, City News.